With you the new software, the new screens, and a couple of cases that I really want to share with you. But basically, I want to start very quickly my presentation showing this stupid image. But basically, what I want to emphasize is that today, I think refractive surgery, refractive cataract surgery has changed completely. We used to fit every patient with the same solution, and today we need not only, as has been shown, many IOLs in order to fulfill patient expectations, but we need to understand a lot of patients' details in order to decide which is the best technology for them. And whenever we think about solutions, today we consider these 4 solutions for our patients: a pseudophakic solution, as it has been shown, phakic, some pharmaceutical solution for some young presbyopes, and of course excimer-based. I'm not going to give the entire lecture on this, just for you to understand a little bit what I'm targeting. But we have so many platforms today, and we need to define exactly what is the best for our patients. We have crazy corneas, noisy corneas, high aberrations, and the fact that we can have a number and start thinking in numbers makes our lives much easier. So is there a pointer? Yes. So here you see the new configuration, which is much nicer than what we have been using, because it cleans all this huge data that we have in the tracing, and we as doctors are somehow a little bit lazy and don't want to get through every single number. We want things easy. We want to see numbers, we want to see colors, and we want to see like a traffic light. Green when things are great, yellow when things are in a mixed gray area, and red when we don't want to mess or we want to target that problem. So this is what we have today. We have this CPI, that is the Cornea Performance Index, that these guys have put all the numbers and give you a score of how good or bad is that cornea. This is very easy for us. You don't need to be looking at crazy numbers here. You have everything here. Green, green, somehow green in the middle, and the overall quality of this patient. Our life is much easier. Here we have, as you can see here, a patient that has a 3.63, because you can clearly see that coma, that asymmetry, low asymmetry, and you have an acceptable dysfunctional lens syndrome, and the overall is intermediate. So we clearly have to fix this cornea. We have an alternative, whether we do a trans-PRK with topo-guided, or we do a small aperture inside the eye, but we know exactly where the problem is. Then we have another case like this one. For example, we have here, again, same problem. We have clearly a problem in the cornea. We have a very good internal optics, nothing here, but of course the problem is here. We need to focus in this cornea. Same here. Look at this case, very interesting. We have a very interesting asymmetry here, as you can see, but the overall quality of vision is not bad. What is happening here? This patient has a very small pupil. So now we understand what's happening in every single patient. Why does this guy is performing well? Because he has a pupil of 3.2. That's the maximum pupil of the patient. So he's being neutralized by somehow a pinhole effect. So interesting. Then look at this case. You have a CPI, amazing CPI, 9.8, and you have a dysfunctional lens syndrome, as was mentioned, somehow very low, 3.41. So this is clearly some opacification. This is causing aberrations in the internal optics. Of course, we need to fix this intraoperatively with the cataract procedure. Same here. This is an onset of cataract. You can clearly identify where is the problem at a glance. This is what I want to emphasize. Whenever you have so many tests, the least time you spend with each device, the better, because you have to, at some point, you have to assess the entire patient, check the patient, don't lose time. So here you have at a glance a very quick review of the patient just with this part of the image. This is what I highlight on the new design to Joe Akil, that I love this, and my father, that is crazy on design and user experience, have insisted many years, and this is beautiful. We are extremely happy and satisfied with this. Let me share with you this patient from Uruguay. It's a trifocal, it's a BVT toric, both eyes, and the patient is a very nice guy, a farmer. He's absolutely dazzled with his left eye, emmetrope, 0.25, and the left eye is somehow for me, it was a perfect result. But the guy compares the right, the dominant with the non-dominant, and he really wants to improve the dominant. So look, it's a fair result. You have a cataract. You are seeing great. Please, doctor, fix this. I'm very happy. So again, I put the toric planner, the toric check, and you see that we have to do a rotation. And the interesting thing is that the power is okay. So it's all about decentration. It's a decenter. Here you can check exactly if the power was okay, and if you move it, what would be the residual error of this. So it says 23 degrees of rotation. So this is the surgery that we perform. There we mark where the patient has the toric, of course, and where we wanted to rotate, measure with the Mendes caliper. I'm not sure if you can speed up a little bit this. I have speed it up, but I'm not sure, to see at least the final rotation. Okay, so there is where we are measuring the final ideal situation. And okay, we rotate it in honor of time, nothing special. We just rotated the toric, and we align it with the new place. And I want to share with you exactly 1 month after what happened with this patient. He finished absolutely 0. You can see in the refraction here, 0 and minus 0.25. Very nice centration. And it says that it's 0.11, but the patient is absolutely emmetrop, very, very happy. So we were able, even in a very thin window of opportunity, like I said, because we were more to lose than to win with this small rotation, we were able to fix this, and the guy's extremely, extremely happy. Last but not least, and then I'm going to share something about the caliper, that I think is something that it's completely underused, and you should have it in a consideration. This is how the new software of the TearFilm looks like. It's very, very nice. Can you play the video? Okay, there it is. So it's basically a Placido disc decomposition analysis. It's very nice. The interface is very nice. And again, we have a number. Having numbers is absolutely crucial for this new era. We need to compare numbers. We can't compare ideas. This patient has dry eye or not dry. No, dry eye is nothing. Dry eye is many things. We need to have a number. What was the index? What was the CPI? What was exactly the number? So this is an objective tear film analysis that I think is very, very nice, well achieved. It's very easy and friendly. And centration of these new aperture that are going to be more and more used, to have the possibility to have a centration device and to compare that with the line of sight and the different kappa angles and different stuff, I think is going to be very, very important, because the difference is going to be in this kind of details. Who performs better or worse. Alignment, and here I have Joe that I'm going to ask you publicly to bring back our creation. No, Roberto and myself developed many, many years ago a method to avoid depending on this new fancy equipment to use in the OR. And we ran out a test where we marked both with ink at 0 and 180, tried at least to be as sharp as we can. It's independent of the human factor. So basically, I'm going to run through this. We showed how inaccurate was what we were doing as a standard in every patient in a natural way. Well, that is mostly what most of surgeons do. Most of surgeons take their patient to the slit lamp, mark 0 and 180, the best that they can, and that's it. So we ran a test inside the clinic, and basically we took advantage on this beautiful feature that the Tracy has, that you can see by infrared light. You can see, you can put the topography, the Placido, over the image, see the vessels, see the marking, and we took advantage on this. And we developed the Zaldivar caliper in those days, that now is the Osher, but we are going to bring it back, guys. So we developed this for Tracy, for our good friend. But basically, the beauty of this is that you know truly exactly where the steepest axis of the cornea is. You know this because you have the ink, and you mark exactly where the ink, and you know exactly how many degrees you have to get through the steepest axis, which is very reliable, very nice, and very straightforward. And this is the view of the surgeon. This is in the old versions of Tracy. Now you have it available, but it's more than a joke. I'm just joking on this, but this is very useful if you are not using other intraoperative equipment, because this is much better than what you are using. So we ran out a study of 20 patients, 40 eyes, and basically what we did is we compared in real time between what we were doing with residents against this methodology using the Tracy. And results were incredibly better with the Tracy centration. So what I want to emphasize is, if we have a tool that can help you align every single toric in the OR without doing crazy equipment inside and everything, just use it, because this is included in the device. You have it there. So basically, that's what we are using. And you added the tools? Oh, nice. So let me share with you one more thing. Here you have a patient that has this asymmetry in the cornea, clearly. And you can simulate there, you can decrease the aperture and see how you start increasing, you see, with this, you start decreasing the aperture size. So there, I'm not reading, can you tell me, Andrea, what's the aperture there?
3.
Okay, there is 3. There is 3.8, you have 3, you have 2.5. You see how it's getting better and better? So there you are showing your patient, again.
That's all I got.
That's all? So there you can share with the patient how they can improve their quality of vision by selecting a small aperture IOL. This is how I convince my patients too when I want to induce them to have an IC8 inside the eye, or in the past to have an extra focus, more with aberrated corneas. That it was mentioned before, we have around 20-25% of our patients daily with high aberration. So in order to share with them these kind of decisions is very, very important. With this, I have finished, and I think, Ray, we are open for discussion. Thank you very much.